back, a story caught my eye the other day that King Charles reared back in horror because he has to sort of pay Prince Andrew's sort of everyday bills through something called the Privy Purse. So he has to go through everything that Andy's been spending his ill-gotten gains on. Ill-gotten gains, I mean, Charlie probably gives him the money anyway. So, but one of the bills that Prince Charles or King Charles kind of rebelled against was a £32,000 bill for Andrew's Indian healer. Which got me thinking. I mean, if you think about it, so you've got Andrew with his Indian healer. You've got King Charles, who loves to talk to plants. We've got Prince Harry. He says that dangerous, illegal, hallucinogenic drugs cleansed his mind. They were like a windscreen wiper, cleansed the windscreen of his mind. Prince Philip was obsessed with UFOs. So my question really, let's ask this question to royal biographer Angela Levin, who joins us now. Hello, Angela. My question is, why are the royal family such a bunch of new age hippies?
Well, they sound it actually from you, by sort of putting them all in line and seeing what they cared about. But I think I have to be on their side, I'm afraid.
That's all right.
And say that they're interested in a lot more than just that. I don't think that they're, well, one or two of them might be quirky, but I certainly don't think that Prince Philip was quirky. I think he was interested in everything. So those, you know, if it was a little bit off the path, then I think that's all right. And what is funny for me about Prince Andrew and the payment is that his mother was giving him $250,000 every year for him to, you know, live on. And then he would still give her things like this for her to pay. She paid it without question, but it's Prince Charles's private money. And I think he's quite right not to pass that over. But, you know, it's quite true that King Charles has said that Andrew's got to learn to pay for some things with his own money. And I think that this is something that is not 100% necessary.
And you say that again.
And that, you know, the average person who's struggling with their money and, you know, making ends meet would be furious that they have to, you know, that this is a sort of money that he demands. And I can't imagine what sort of guru this guy is, because he seems to stay for a month at a time in a 30-roomed mansion near in Windsor. It just seems absolutely extraordinary. But I wouldn't have thought that him, as a sort of real, you know, man of the military man, would want to do that. I would have thought he'd have pushed it away. But perhaps Fergie, who's much more likely to like that, has encouraged him to try and calm down if he's been very upset about his mother or he's upset about how his brother treats him, that perhaps it would help him. It was a lot of chanting.
Chanting?
Yes, massage and holistic therapy. That's what he had or has.
Do you know something, Angela? You know, that's the sort of thing, you know, when someone else is picking up the bill, you'll go, yeah, I don't mind paying 32 grand for an Indian healer. If that person who's picking up the bill turns around to you and says you're paying for it for yourself from now on, you have second thoughts at that point, don't you?
He might see him once a month instead of for the whole month.
Indeed.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can do a bit yourself and look after yourself a bit. If someone teaches you how to breathe and let the breath out and calm you down, then you can learn that and do it yourself. I don't think you always need them by your side to help you. And chanting you can do on your own, can't you? If you've got the line of music, or how you say it, you know, it's just a repetition of words, so you can do that way. So that's cutting it down. Perhaps he'll do that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, do your own chanting. Save yourself 32 grand a year. On a more serious note, I know people have discussed this a lot, but I've been thinking about old Prince Harry, you know, and that hallucinogen. Let's see if I can get this right. Ayahuasca. which he said was like a windscreen wiper to cleanse his troubled mind. Now, I remember in the distant past when even I was young at university and things, that's the sort of thing that 18 and 19-year-olds used to say. He suffers from arrested development, isn't it? I mean, 40-year-old men, fathers, family men, should not be saying, oh, you know, I've found myself. Or it's surprising that a 40-year-old father of two is saying, I found myself through the wonder of hallucinogenic drugs. And by the way, this drug is very dangerous. It was certainly an unwise thing for him to say, but strange for a man of 40 to still be chuntering on about this kind of nonsense, isn't it?
Perhaps he'll learn. He's 38. Perhaps he'll learn in the next couple of years. But actually, what's serious about that, I think that it's illegal as a drug.
It is 100%.
If there's anybody who's looking up to him and admires him, despite all the things he's said and done, here's what he's doing, then he will be encouraged to take it. And it could be somebody quite young, and it could have an extremely bad effect. I mean, there was one in the paper about a mother who said that one of her children took this because she heard it was very calming and died from it.
Yes.
So, I mean, he should not be boosting those and recommending them. If it's all right for himself, he can say, I found a type of drug that helps me, but he shouldn't have named it. I think it was very unwise. And what I don't understand is America is very careful about taking people back into the country who admit to taking drugs. And Harry went through a whole list, didn't he? Yeah. Cocaine, this, that, you know, you magic mushrooms, you mention it, and he said it. And I wonder whether he can get back in America. If he leaves to come to the coronation, they might get quite tough on him. And if they don't, then they can't continue to do that with other people.
Well, so you've just touched on our favourite, unfavourite topic there, the coronation, which is becoming something of a national obsession, partly due to speculation about who will come from the Harry unit. Will it be Harry and Meghan? Will it be Harry? Will it be the kids? Looks like the kids aren't coming. There doesn't seem to be any place for them. And the latest intelligence, you and I spoke about this yesterday, Angela, is it looks like it will boil down to just Harry, and that Meghan will stay back in California with the kids. Is that your still your understanding?
I still feel that, but I think also he's quite scared. I mean, he's trying to make sure that he has enough protection, and he will, as there for a family event, even though it's a state event, he will get protection there. But outside of that, he may not. And of course, he's much more in a dangerous situation now, having said and written in his book, Spare, that he killed 85 enemies.
I think 25, I think he said. Yeah.
I thought it was 25, was it? Okay, 25.
I thought we'd better get that right. But,
25,
I suppose.
Yes. And that has made him much more vulnerable. But that's his own silly fault. He should not have written that.
Yeah, you were saying about Harry that it will just be him, but he's still got this dispute going on, hasn't he, with the Home Office about his security?
Yes, and I expect he's much more worried about it now than he was when he started trying to take them to court, because he said that he killed 25 people and Afghanistan's, and they won't like that at all. So, you know, I hope they're not. Whatever he's done that's not right, he shouldn't be a victim for that. It's quite dangerous. But I think his wife will be very concerned about whether she should come or not. I think she won't go somewhere where she knows she's not wanted. But on the other hand, the chance of wearing a fantastic tiara that she could then be photographed in and write about in detail and put it on her new TIG that she's going to start again, which she stopped when she got engaged to Harry, telling people how to live and fashion and all that. I think that it's a very difficult one.
Yeah, but I mean, for Harry and Meghan, you know, attending the coronation could add up to quite a lot of money, couldn't it?
Yes, absolutely. But I think also that people just don't want them there. I don't think that you can say how ghastly the monarchy is and how ghastly everybody's in it are, and then come along for a jolly.
Yeah.
You know, I think you can't do that.
Well, yeah, you would think that, but I've got this feeling that they might, because that's their job now, isn't it? Monetising their connection to the royal family, and they need to keep the connection up. Angela, great to talk to you as always. Thank you very much for your time.